What's going on, everybody? Yeah, it's been a while. I bet you thought 2020 got me. Well, oh boy, it didn't. 2021 might though. So what's been going on with me? Well, not a whole lot besides a whole lot of work. My real job, taking up a whole lot of my time. It's been kind of a nightmare, but we're getting closer to spring now. Granted, there's snow on the ground. It's been a terrible, very wet winter. We've had a lot of snowfall, not total accumulations, but more just crap like this where it snows. They cancel school just enough to make the kids mad to do virtual learning and not go outside and play and tear up anything. And then they go back to school the next day. Or they cancel it altogether and nothing happens at all. It's good times. So I've been getting a lot of comments and questions asking me how the blue muta's doing. And it's doing okay. Here, take a look at the backyard right now. Got two different angles and I have a good spot and a bad spot. One thing is it needs fertilizer, but, and this is why I kind of got prompted to make this video today, is I've been seeing a lot of people on Instagram. I stalk a lot and follow around and see what everyone's going. And they're like, oh, start putting your pre-emergents down now if you have a Bermuda lawn. Well, my extended forecast, I'm at least a month away from pre-emergent time. But besides the pre-emergent, because you can put it down early and not have a problem, is actually the local lawn care companies, you know, True Greens, Lawn Doctors, Weedmans, all those. But not Weedman, it's just been, honestly, the Lawn Doctor and True Green. They've been applying fertilizer because it has that distinct smell. You can tell when they apply it. And I asked the neighbors, hey, what did they put down? Pre-emergent? They're like, oh no, I got some fertilizer put down today. Also helped that I kind of saw like a permagreen or a Z-spray or something slinging actual granulars out. And I know they wouldn't use granular pre-emergent. That's for freaking, I don't know who would use granular pre-emergents, to be honest with you. But hey, it is what it is. So this section here behind me, so essentially from the fence, kind of over, it was the Sunday zone. Do you remember the Sunday zone? Let's take a look at the Sunday zone from last year compared to the X-Green zone, because I have another comparison coming up between a do-it-yourself product and I have a secret surprise in that one too. I went out and found some good stuff that I used to use years and years ago to compare that, but that'll be about a week or so away. And I'm just calling it the Sunday zone, but the Blue Muta's not doing as well over here, and it's not a fault of the Sunday stuff because I stopped using that back in July when I wised up. But the reason why, I think, was my DIY irrigation setup. That, again, I've been asked to do videos on that, and maybe I'll do one when I go to reset it back up, even though I never took it down. Over behind around the pool, which again I need to take down, but I still haven't taken down, I have sprays. There's another person that likes sprays, and I really like them too, man. They just dump the water down super fast. That area is done really well. The cold's actually yellowed it out a little bit right now. We're in the coldest part of the year for us. But this area here, I was using the, oh, what are they called? They're not the PGPs, they're the big ones. I do have a couple of those, but they're the smaller ones. I think they're the PGJs. And while it, you know, it kept the lawn from dying, I don't think it provided adequate coverage for when I did the seeding. And also, I'm wondering if we did have some downpours and stuff in that time frame. And it's really hard to tell right now with my tenacity application right here. But this area that's covered in tenacity right now is actually like super thick, and it's actually really green and it looks really good. So what I'm thinking happened is this yard slopes. It has a very good slope from this corner here. So we're up kind of near the gate right now. There's a good slope down this way towards where my rocks begin. That right there, I think, kind of washed some of the seed down, and it accumulated down in that area and then was blocked by my rock wall because I don't have any grass growing in there like I did the year before. The biggest issue I've had though over winter, besides not being able to come outside or not really wanting to come outside, was that the ground is just super, super wet. Holy crap, every time it begins to dry up, we get more rain, and then it rains for about a day or two, and the daylight hours are not long enough, and it's not warm enough to dry anything out. And usually when it's warm enough, it's raining. When it's cold enough, it's not doing anything unless we get the one-off snows. And because of how moist it is, I can't take the greens mower out onto it. It'll just start tearing in and leaving ruts and nastiness and making that super dirty, and I don't want to deal with that. And another thing is I have a big like broadleaf weed problem. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, and I was going to try to take care of some of that back in the fall, but then things with work got super crazy. I never got around to it. I get to deal with that now though, in, well, the coming weeks anyway, once the temperature warms up where the herbicides will actually do something and not just, you know, sit in the ground, get washed away, and be a waste of money. In addition to all the weeds, I also have a ton of cleanup that I need to do. Lots and lots of cleanup. The dog's been running rampant through the mulch back there, over there. The kids have destroyed over there. The pool is still there. But yeah, like look at all this. It's honestly a crap show. Giant, huge pile of steaming crap show right now. But it won't be for long. Everything's going to get cleaned, you know, mulch pushed back in there. All the ornamental grasses are going to be cut back because I don't cut those back until like mid to late February. I usually wait until I start seeing some green pop up in the middle, and then I cut them back. And then if I need to divide them, I divide them then too. Always divide them in the spring, never divide them in the fall. The shed, thankfully, you can't see inside the shed. Thank you, Mr. ND filter, for preventing that. You can get a little glimpse of things, but it's still pure, total, absolute destruction. So that's it for the backyard. Now it's time to actually go on to what matters, the one that like the neighbors always see, and that's the front yard. And it's not much better. Not much better at all. Okay, now let's gently, because this is Tennessee pink marble down here, it is super slick. Let's gently make our way around front. There's kids outside playing. It's going to be fun. They're not going to be in this video. So, everyone knows exactly where we are right now. Can you hear that? Side piece is moist. And surprisingly, not only moist, but looking fine. Here's the front yard. Yeah, lots of Bermuda came back. That's okay. You all saw a lot of it come back last year. So a word to the wise, and this, if you get anything out of this video, is when a friend offers you Pylex to kill Bermuda in your Kentucky bluegrass, you don't be like, I got it. You just take it and you put it down. Lesson learned. This angle here, and let's try to... So there's the front, and you cannot see the rest of the side, the original Bermuda test zone, because it's covered again in tenacity. Yay, or snow. That's not tenacity, so no one please think it is. What were you doing in the shed?
Looking for that bike stand.
Oh, we threw those away.
Oh, crap.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, bud.
That's fine.
So that's where we are with the front yard. We're in the backyard again, if you haven't realized. So what am I going to do outside of some pre-emergent? And I may not do it. I may actually add some more KBG and do a springtime seeding, but probably not. I'll just wait again until the fall, except for the pool area if that goes away. That'll just be pure KBG. Yeah. So outside of pre-emergent, well, I need to now fertilize, but I can't do that just yet. And before I do pre-emergent, I have to get down some experimentally awesome stuff called prefix that helps the root pruning nature of pre-emergent herbicides such as prodiamine from doing the root pruning things that they do. So we're going to be testing that out to see how that goes. In addition to soil tests, that'll have to come pretty soon. Then we're going to start fertilizer. What am I using this year? Well, I can tell you what I'm not using, and that's Sunday. But what I will be using on a granular standpoint is I just have an absolute crap ton of X grain. I have, what, 100, 200, 300, 400, about 500 pounds of it in the shed left. So that's going to be my go-to fertilizer for this year, unless I get willy-nilly and try something else. I'm actually thinking about getting a bag of Scott's Green Max and seeing how that does, because Green Max just has so much iron in it, and it's an awesome fert, and it's pretty cheap. But the iron and the X green, I'll probably just stick to that since I have tons of it, and I won't have to spend a penny. Woohoo! That's always good, not spending any money. And then I will continue on with my Depth 10, MFT, or various other peptide concoctions, and eventually I'll have to break out the wetting agents again. My go-to again is the Tournament Ready that I use with my Pellet Pro. I also dilute them down in hot water and spray them through the boom sprayer. That is an option. And then there's Oyst, which is still not available and still doesn't have a real name. But you wouldn't think I would need a moisture manager when you hear all the squishy going on back here, but unfortunately I do. So that's it for this one, guys. I do apologize if you hoped that I was gone, and well, sorry, you're out of luck on that one. I'm back, and it's gonna be a really freaking good year. I just have a feeling about it, hopefully. So until next time, you all take it easy. Thanks for watching. It's Mike, Real Low Dad. You all have a good one.